In December of 2024, Tesla released the Dashcam viewer. This viewer decodes the metadata in the Dashcam video bitstream. Simply drag and drop the Dashcam video from the USB stick into the free Tesla browser-based decoder. One of my favorite Tesla features is the built-in Dashcam. So this Dashcam records video from either 6 or 8 cameras, depending on whether or not you have AI3 or AI4. And it records it onto a removable USB stick, which is located in the glove compartment. Let's talk a little bit about what we're seeing in the actual video. Now, I didn't have my normal camera in the car, which is why I used the Dashcam recorder. It was dark. Now, it's interesting, it was actually a lot darker than it shows in this video, so that tells me that the high dynamic range of the Tesla cameras is actually pretty good, because it was pretty dark out that night. And obviously it was raining. And I did a screen recording here because I know there are going to be people who claim, if I did it any other way, there are going to be people who claim that I'm faking the data or whatever, because it's incredibly impressive what FSD is doing in this video. The important fields are the autopilot state, the brakes applied, and the accelerator pedal fields. Now, the brakes and accelerator pedal fields show the state of the actual pedals. Now, notice the brake shows false and the accelerator shows 0. That's because during self-driving, I'm not touching the pedals. And what's impressive is that even as the raindrops are blocking the camera, FSD is still working. It's driving the car the whole time, as you can see by the autopilot state. Now, the car was popping up warnings saying, you know, the camera's obscured and full self-driving is, I forgot what the warning is. It says something about the weather is affecting full self-driving. And all that's basically telling you is that you need to be extra vigilant. But the car drove the whole time. And what's quite impressive is in the video, you'll see it drives by some puddles, and it actually goes around them. It sees the puddles and goes around them, which is, again, things that people claim can't possibly be done with vision only. A Tesla Dashcam can be activated in one of 3 ways. Now, like I said, it has a 1-hour tail that it records, and it just keeps recording over and over that hour. But you can also, like what I've done here, is you can trigger it manually, and what it basically does, it copies the last 10 minutes of video into a separate folder. It can also be triggered when it sees an event, so if it sees a person or it sees some sort, it's called a sentry event. And then the final way it can be triggered is if there's an accident. So if it detects, my guess is it's using the accelerometers, if it detects something, and it can record. And again, since it's always keeping an hour's worth of video, all it's doing is when you tap these events is it's copying the last 10 minutes into a separate folder and preserving it. I was very impressed by this drive. It was interesting because my wife was freaking out. She couldn't believe I was letting the car do this. Because again, it was a lot darker than it appears in the video. Oh, here are the puddles. It was a lot darker than it appears in the video. But the car worked perfectly. And in fact, it drove us all the way. I didn't record the whole thing. It drove us all the way to the restaurant and parked in the parking spot. And I never touched anything. I never touched the pedals. I never touched the steering wheel. I never touched anything. This technology is so impressive, and it's so frustrating using it every day and seeing how impressive it is and having people who claim that it's not true or that it's fake or whatever. This is just a great example of FSD doing something amazing. It's a 2-lane road. You got traffic coming from both sides, and then across the street you've got people coming out of the Chevy dealer there. It's dark, it's raining, and FSD is managing all this completely on its own. This is a Tesla full self-driving version 14.2.2.2. Yeah, it's interesting. They don't have the FSD version in the metadata. So that would be something that I'd like to see in there. But again, just incredibly impressive. I was very impressed with what it did that night. I'm not sure if my AI3 car would be able to do this. It'd be an interesting test.